We are watching all of the Beauty and the Beast movies. Hi, as many as I can find. I think I can locate all of the ones that I've been able to see and find the list for online, so let's have some fun with it. This is the first time I've been on the channel in a minute, mostly because I've been exhausted. I keep saying I'm exhausted and I've been chilling. I have not been chilling, I have been working. I facilitated a sound bath, sound healing training this past weekend. Well worth it, well received. It was a lot of fun. I had a really good time, but I am very tired. So today I am recuperating, regenerating. I made myself some tea. And I am about to be on the couch. I'm gonna watch this movie. I'm gonna do my tarot. So this one is saying it's in Italy, which is interesting. Is this Belle? Interesting. Anyways, all right, so that's the plan for the day. Okay, so in this one, when the sun goes down, he turns into like a werewolf creature thing. Oh, he's very dramatic. Okay. He's not unattractive though, so I'm here for that. And I think we've already seen Belle, and I think Belle's supposed to be engaged to him or promised to him, fiance of his. Oh, we get to see the whole little transformation thing. All right, he's getting fuzzy now. He's getting the fur. He hasn't bust out his outfit, so he's getting the fur, and the fur fits underneath his clothing. That's interesting. So he kicks everybody out of his kingdom until day breaks. And then I guess in the morning, he just turns back into regular old Bruno, you know? So I guess we can talk about Bruno. He has people who are scheming against him. They're wanting to get his power, get his kingdom, all this other stuff. But he knows, and he's on the up and up about that. And I think Belle has just arrived. We're gonna see how it goes. But it's cute, it's in English, and it's enjoyable. This is Beauty and the Beast. So that was the 1962 Beauty and the Beast. I really actually liked it. It was slightly different than what I'm used to, but in a good way. This is the 2005 version, and it looks atrocious. I just have to be really honest with y'all. I don't know what's happening here, but I am definitely like, is she a lesbian? Is that a boy? I don't know what's going on. I was like, oh, they're in modern times? No, that's my kitchen in the reflection. So we're gonna have to just see how this one goes. After this one, there's a 2016, and then there's the 2017 with Emma Roberts, and then there is the 2023 version. That one man looks so familiar. Was he in Brink? Wow. Ooh, look at that little braid. Why does he have that little braid at the top of his head? I can't do this. Y'all, this movie is god-awful. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to finish it. Like, I'm trying to commit to the bit, but the wigs are atrocious. I think it's a Norse version. She looks normal. I think she's doing her best with what she's got. The acting and the people and the whole situation. See, this isn't terrible. I think they just needed to replace all the men. No, you know what it probably is? They probably just needed to replace all the wigs on the men. Y'all, I feel so confused. I think she's dead. Cause I was thinking, you know, she's the main character. Belle doesn't die in the end. This movie just went real off the rails, y'all. I guess this is the end. Nah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. All right, this movie, sorry, don't recommend. Just leave it be. But if you want to watch all the Beauty and the Beast adaptations, here it is. I'm enjoying. That's Beauty. She's very pretty. She's very blonde. These are her sisters. She's got two brothers. I ain't seen the daddy yet. Mom's probably no longer with us. They always get rid of the moms. But I really enjoyed this. I was like, this is getting cute. This is getting cute. So it's gonna be a good time. Hi. Okay, so my thoughts. 2016 Beauty and the Beast, the best out of all the ones that I've seen so far. That was the one, I think I already made a comment about this, but I remember that this was the one that the TikTok girlies, back when I had TikTok, and the Instagram girlies went crazy over, because it's that one where the beast chases her over the ice and then like she falls through, and it's a very sensual seduction scene. Gets real close to her, and I was like, are you gonna kiss her as a beast? Now in the scene before that, he had been eating some wild boar that he found, and I was like, you didn't even wash your mouth off. Ugh. But then she falls through the ice, and then he like pulls her up by her corset. I was like, that's a lot intense, but it was very like, ooh, it was a little moment. Best one that I've watched so far out of all of them, if I were to rank them, 2016 would be number one. Would I put 2016 over the Disney film, animated film? I think yes, only because it's a little bit more accurate to the story as opposed to the Disney film, which obviously they had to make into a children's film. I'm not watching Beastly, I don't care. I did like 1962. Would I put 1962 before I put 1987? But 1987, like, the guy was so gaslighty. I think I would actually. I think I would put 1962 before I put 1987. I'm not watching the 2009 one. It looks atrocious. Blood of the Beast. That's at the end. That's the bottom of the barrel, y'all. Oh no, I gotta do Beauty and the Beast from 2017. Oh no, I forgot about the one with Emma. I would probably put 1962 before 2017. Okay, I would do 2014/2016, 1991. Then we do 1962. Then we do Belle from, because I like the costumes in 1962. We do Belle 2023. Then we do Belle 1987. Then we do Beauty and the Beast from 2017 with Emma Roberts. Then we would do Blood of the Beast. And then once I finished watching the one from 1946 and I finished watching Pana on Netvor from 1978, which is the version of the monster is Czechoslovak film. It's Beauty and the Beast from 1978, which you can't find and buy. You have to just Google it and find it on some random website and watch it, and make sure you put in for English subtitles, or else you're still not going to be able to watch it unless you know how to speak and read Spanish. That's my ones. That's my ones so far. We'll see how I feel about this one after I get done with that. And then I just have to finish 1946. We're not watching Beastly. I guess I could put Beastly in there. I would put Beastly before I did Blood and Beast. Yes, 10 total. All right. So we just need 2 more to finish our ranking, and then we will be finished. And I'll be able to say all the ones how I feel about them and what I think, and where do I let them fall in the ranking. I'll see you in a little bit. Honestly though, that 2014/2016, I guess it's 2014. Best one out of them. If you like ornate costumes, it's very dramatic, it's very cinematic. They had the budget, baby. They had the budget, because that's really what was missing from the 2005 version. Is they needed a better budget. They needed just more money. The money was not there. It was very much lacking. I also like the 2014 because it was like told like a story. I'm very into that. I love when it's told like a story. Okay, so I think it would have been the 1987 one was the first one that had it like with the book and like a fairy tale and things like that. And a lot of people took from that and utilized it at the beginning of theirs. I really like that framework of having like the rose, or like it's like a fairy tale book, so it's like in a book. I really appreciate that. That is in the Beauty and the Beast from 2014, 2016. And it's so ornate. It's just very fancy. She's always running around in these luxurious dresses, and she gets like a new dress every day, and everything's covered in roses, and there's some actual lore with it about the prince and what happened to him and why he's been cursed. It's also very interesting to see all the different reasons why they cursed the prince inside the different stories. I would like to maybe like take a look at that, because that is usually an indication of like some little hints about what was going on culturally or socially at the time, and our ideas about like what does autonomy look like and what does it mean to like be our own person. Anyway, my battery is about to die, so I'm gonna watch this one, Pana on Netvor, and then I'll report back and I'll let y'all know how it is. Okay, so I never recorded an ending for my Beauty and the Beast. movie review, so I'm gonna do that now, even though different day, same rope, you know how it goes. I finished the version that I last talked about, and I really enjoyed it, although it is difficult to find. The story is very interesting. This is the only one I've seen where the beast is not a lion-like or a wolf-like beast. The beast was a bird thing. It had this big beak, and he was a beast all the time. He was not transforming or anything like that. It was really going into maybe more a Jungian version where this was his shadow side, because he would have this voice in his head who would be like, she'll never want you, you should, oh, and he was not trying to find somebody to love him, even though that is what would break the spell. He had just resigned himself to lure in people, particularly young women, and he would, you know, end them. And then he would consume them. So it's a lot darker than any of the other versions. There's a lot more violence in that one, but that's what that version is known for. That is a darker, grittier version of Beauty and the Beast. Where I also enjoyed the dream sequences in this version, and so I really would rank this pretty high up there. I enjoy all of the videos and the movies that I watched. The only ones that I were like, no, that beastly, and I did not rewatch it. I just watched the one that I saw when it first came out, and then the Blood and Stone, or whichever one that last one was with the wigs. Y'all know which one I'm talking about. Bottom of the list. But every other one is a really great example of the exploration of how stories could be interpreted in different ways, about how mythology and fairy tales can transform over time, how they reflect our world and our expectations and norms and mores, which are like our laws or ethical ways that we view things over time. And so this was a really fun, great way for me to allow myself to relax, chill out, and just do something that I love. So I have more movie review videos coming up, especially for Halloween and for cozy season. I'm already working on a list for, we're heading towards fall equinox, and I'm thinking of doing Descent into the Underworld, mythology, kind of related or adjacent for the feminine descent. So kind of looking at things that would remind me of Inanna's descent into the underworld, Persephone, things of that nature. And then I'm also looking at, of course, spooky season is upon us, so I'm looking at horror films, but I want to find ones that are just focused around women, the girlies, all the things, because those are my favorite. Watch indie, I want to watch gritty, I want to watch something that, you know, maybe is a little bit more obscure, although I will still be watching some popular films like for the descent or for the like shadow integration part. There's a lot of really popular films under there, like Black Swan, Spirited Away, Paprika, a lot of anime, but some other films that I'm like, oh, I think this falls into the category. I recently watched a film, Sister Midnight, totally going into the list. So you can look out for those videos. Of course, there will be updates on the books that I'm reading, and I will also be having my 185 insane updates. Hit the subscribe button. Tell me what you're looking forward to. How do you relax? And let's watch some movies. Let's read some books. Let's write some pages. I'll see y'all later. Bye.